So, in this collective reading, I can pick on to the energy of divine masculine who has reached a sacred point, a sacred turning point in his life, and he's like become a really good provider, but only for his queen. He did this only for his queen to become uh, a match for her energy. You would say he is not seeking validation from other people anymore because before all of this, he was trying to impress others. He was flexing in front of others unnecessarily, he was showing off, and unnecessarily, he was doing a whole bunch of things. And he was expending his energy where it was any which way unreceived or unworthy. It was only the feminine who saw something very big and very amazing in him. And I think so, maybe at that point in time, he did not realize it, he did not understand it. That why the feminine can see his true worth, his true power, which he himself could not see. And now he has become a good provider, but not for all the other people, not for those who took his love and strength for granted. Rather, he wants to provide for his divine feminine, his queen, the one who holds the key to his heart and to his soul. Now, this reading is not just about money, though it may sound like, it's all about money and all of that, but it's not. It's not about financial provision alone, it's about being a provider, being a protector, so that she doesn't have to go to anyone else for help or for whatever. I mean, in his eyes. This is about sacred service, this is about devotion that has transcended the material energy. Now, whosoever this divine masculine is, he has awakened to the truth that his energy, his presence, his protection, his love is not meant for other people. It may sound very strange, but his days of seeking approval from karmic cycles, empty pursuits, even distorted masculinity, other distorted masculines is over. He depended a lot on other people for a lot of things, especially to know who he is. But he stands tall in his power now. And this power is not to conquer something, this power is not to wage a war, this power is not to harass someone, this power is not to, like how some men do, they involve in certain activities just to prove that, yeah, I'm a man. It is rather meant to uplift, to build, to nurture the divine union that is sent by source. So this is like a very spiritually mature person, but nobody is spiritually mature like that from day one. You could be spiritually mature in some departments. Now, I think the divine feminine could have endured waiting time or trusting him or getting betrayed also maybe, or getting really annoyed and irritated. But I think this divine feminine, whosoever is in on the other side, the queen also probably had to go through some kind of shift. She had to watch him navigate the illusions of 3D world. She had to just watch it, maybe be patient, watch it, send him that energy. I think she may have even wondered if he would really do it. He would really arrive, not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally, energetically. So I think the feminine also can see the transformation, and he is not ruled by external expectations. But I think this intense love that the masculine felt in his heart, and the intense fire of love that she also, the divine feminine, definitely both of them, they both have this strong, really eternal type of love for each other. And maybe she had tested him In many places, she could have tested him to see if he is the one or not. But the fire did not go out. The fire kept burning. The eternal fire of love kept burning. So I think he recognized her as his true counterpart. And I do pick on to some kind of sexual influence also over there, but it's not in a, as I say, cheapskate way, lustful way. It's very like love based attraction. So he realizes that she is his greatest reflection. Now in his higher embodiment, even physically, because men are like very much into the physical stuff, getting things done, bodily, they are like more active, more agile, they can fight and all of that. So with his higher embodiment, he's like sort of, he created a fortress for the queen. And this building, the foundation is unwavering faith. So maybe there was help from spirit guides, there was help from other divine energies. There has been, I think. So he's the kind of person who does not want to control the feminine, who does not want to hold her, from a place of, from a place also and a pace also of insecurity. He always wanted to create a foundation where she can be free. So, this divine masculine is creating a base so that she can be free to create, she can be free to express, she can be the force of nature that she's always meant to be. However, let me tell you, I say this a lot and have some kind of practical intuition about it. It's always the divine feminine who does it first within herself, and then probably the masculine follow suit. But it's like I'm giving all the credit to feminine and no credit to masculine. That's not true. The masculine has his own journey, but this shift is a testimony, is a testament to the balancing energies on her earth that we are seeing, because earth is also going through this phase. And for a long time, the masculine energy, the men, they were believed to, they were conditioned to believe that their worth comes from external achievements, status, conquest, winning war. But true kingship lies in the service to divine. The true kingship lies when you honor the sacred bond of union. So he's not providing because it's an obligation, because she has asked him to do something and he has to do it. He is providing from soul alignment. He's providing because that gives him joy. It's his highest joy to see his queen flourish. The queen doesn't need to ask for anything. If the queen is asking a man to help her out and then he's doing it, even if it's like just talking about it. Let's say she randomly talks about something, that I need this. Doesn't he already know that she needed this? Doesn't he already know that the feminine has been doing this or that, and she would always need something? Why she even has to bring forth to his notice that, look, I am doing this and it's requiring me to bring on the table all these resources, and then he says, oh, let me do this for you. Then that sounds more like he wants her to feel that she has to approach him in order to get something done by him. That's still distortion of masculine energy. That man also still is not a good provider. He may be a millionaire or a billionaire, but if she has to ask him for everything and only then he gives, or she has to somehow talk about it or drop it here and there in some conversation, and then he says, okay, let me do this for you, then there is still distortion. He should be happy to provide her. He should be joyous to provide her. He should be gung ho to provide her. He should be like, I gotta do this for her. And whatever he can do, then he will do it. Because for the divine feminine, it's not like how big it is. For her, it really matters that he's trying for her and he's doing something about it. He's not flexing, he's not showing off, he's not faking. Because a lot of distorted masculines fake their wealth or fake what they have to get into even bed with someone. That's really like disgusting and very low frequency. Anyway, to the divine feminine, there's a nice message here, I feel. The message is it's a one word message: receive. Be open to receiving. But I think you need to first receive from within. So, this is your time to step into your receptivity without guilt or hesitation when He brings forth whatever He's supposed to bring forth for you. You have held the light for union for a long time. You've done a lot of stuff. You've done a lot of cool things. And you've walked through the fire to stand in your truth. And now, when he shows up fully in his essence, let go of old wounds, welcome his presence with an open heart. And divine masculine, I feel this firmness in his energy. I feel I can tap into the energy where the divine masculine has anchored into his divine mission, which is to serve and support the divine feminine. So I feel very strongly that he's not going to be swayed by the past, or not going to be swayed by negative Nancy's, or not going to be swayed by karmics who try to distract him by saying, oh, look, she's not the one for you, but I am. Oh, look, she's making you cry, but I'm not going to make you cry. Oh, look, she's so demanding, but I'm not so demanding. All of that. It could be even other karmic third parties, like other distorted feminines. She's not the one for you. She's not the right one for you. She's negative. She's evil, whatever. He is no longer willing to listen to all of this. He is no longer here to serve the illusion he feels. He feels that he is here to serve the truth, and he feels that my queen is mine and she is the one. I don't need anybody else. I don't want anyone else or anything else. She picked me up at a place, at a point in life where I was least expecting it, and she came in around. This is a sacred union. This is my return. This is my return to divine, to pureness, to truth. And this love is blessed by source itself. So he feels there's a faith energy running and there's a godly presence, there's a godly energy in it, there's a divine energy in this. And that is also helping him do the deed, do the stuff, whatever is needed, whatever is supposed to happen on its own. He's like going into free flow mode. For personal sessions, for readings, and for therapies, check out the description box. All of the information is given over there. If you're from the West, any country for that matter, you can use the PayPal link. If you're from India, then you need to email me to get my details that can help you book the sessions. If you're from any other country where none of this works, then Western Union money transfer is always there. Somebody was asking me from Pakistan how to do it, and I was like, this is how I don't know myself, like you have to figure it out. But that was like the first time someone asked me that question. uh, there was one more person from, because India and Pakistan, these are like rival countries, so it's interesting when you get to know that people in Pakistan also are doing this type of inner work and watching my content. So yeah, in a way it's good positive thing as well. So you can get my book in the name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate. The spelling of love is LUUV, not LOVE. And don't buy the other book, buy the one that is mine, because this is a really magical book. It's been written with the help of a lot of spirit uh, people, actually. I don't need to even promote it, I know that. I'm just letting you know. And you can get it from Amazon Kindle. Don't get the paperback copy, even if you see someone selling it. That's the old version. Maybe some distributor has it still. So that's not what you should buy. You should get the latest edited version that's been put out there by me. And Yeah, keep doing this lovely inner work. Keep smiling, keep rocking. You're amazing, you're divine, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. And if you're masculine, you're handsome. And I'm proud of you for doing this lovely work for your divine feminine, for your queens out there. I mean, respectively. So, see you in the next one. One love, peace out, and Victor Duram.